Hello guys, welcome again to another BTC video. I hope you are doing great today. I have a great video for you today. I'm going to do both micro and macro analysis, and I'm going to try to also compare history in 2017 bull run and the 2014 bull run to this bull run right here, and we will see what kind of information we can get out of analyzing the charts together. So with that said, please stick around to the end of the video. It's going to get pretty interesting. For now, let's jump straight to the charts and go to, first of all, the micro analysis for BTC. So on the micro analysis, Bitcoin is experiencing a pullback right now, as you all can see already. We are cross bearish on the 4-hour MACD. Your stochastic is also entering that bearish territory, and we are potentially heading to the downside. Now I want to just take a quick look at the daily time frame, because the daily can help me analyze the general trend. So we did get rejected off the stochastic RSI here on the daily. I was waiting for that to analyze the charts even more. That is the piece of information that I wanted. If that climbed above 80, then we would have more upside, but it didn't, so we are going now even lower. So this is a correction on the daily, not even a correction on the 4-hour. So what am I expecting? First of all, I'm expecting two levels to have some bounce over them. The first level is around 42.7, and the second level is around 41.9. If BTC manages to lose 41.9, what's going to happen is that you have a high, now you have a low, so and then you have a lower high and a lower low. So this is a downtrend. So basically you enter a downtrend making lower highs and lower lows, finally forming some type of bullish falling wedge formation, and then a breakout to the upside. Now the levels to watch out for now are 41.9 and 42.7. If BTC manages to stay above these two levels, then great. The correction will be there. It's done. If BTC doesn't manage to stay above these levels, what I expect Bitcoin to do is go to the golden pocket, which is around 0.618 to 2.5. This is the golden pocket for Bitcoin, which is coming in around 41 to 39,950. And that is a very, very good bounce region, in my opinion, for Bitcoin. If we do manage to lose the 0.618 region, so if we do manage to lose 40K Bitcoin, the next level for proper bounce will be 38.5, but by then things will be very, very bearish, because in my personal opinion, the micro will still be bullish unless BTC falls below 40. That's my personal opinion. Closes a daily candle below 40. That's my personal opinion. But again, it can be just a retest of previous resistance, turn to support, and then bam, bounce to the upside, which is likely as well. But I don't want this to be a closing candle. I want it to be a wick instead of a bounce around that area. So for now, I'm expecting Bitcoin to retest these two levels of 42.7 and 41.9. If BTC manages to hold above 42.7 for a few days, or above 41.9, so about this region of 42.7 to 41.9 for a few days, let's say around 4 days or so, then something called the consolidation rule will play out. And that rule basically says if your indicators are bearish but your price consolidate, then the opposite will happen in price action. So we have a pump. And the opposite is true also. So if the indicators are bullish and then you consolidate rather than pump, so the opposite will happen, which will basically mean a drop for Bitcoin instead of a pump for Bitcoin. So just keep that in mind, and that's why I'm telling you guys over the next 4 days or so, because if this kind of consolidates here for a few days, then the indicators are still showing downside, but we are consolidating. So most likely this is the consolidation rule playing out, and then we will break to the upside. If not, and if the consolidation rule is invalidated, what you will potentially see is a break of these levels. So you will see a 4-hour candle below 42.7, and then you're going to see another 4-hour candle below 41.9. This is the last line in the sand for Bitcoin. If you start closing 4-hour candles below this region, so let's say you close the candle around 41,200, let's say a 4-hour candle, then Bitcoin is heading towards the golden pocket region, which is this region right here, which is between 0.618 and 0.5, which is coming in around 41,000 is between 41,000 and 39,950. Okay, it could go as low as 39,162, by the way, and this will just be a type of retest of previous resistance, turn to support, and then bounce. We need to hold this area, especially this area right here. If Bitcoin loses this area, then it's gonna get super grim. It's gonna get very ugly very fast. In my opinion, I don't think that's gonna happen. In my opinion, what's gonna happen is you start forming a channel of lower low, lower highs, like a falling wedge channel, and then you break out around the 0.618 or the 0.7 to the upside, and then enter your proper bull trap region. So this is the micro analysis for BTC. Our 4-hour is bearish. Our daily is in a corrective phase, but just keep in mind that there is something called the consolidation rule. So over the next 4 to 5 days, if BTC manages to hold above 41.9, let's say, the consolidation rule will play out and you will not enter a stronger corrective phase. If BTC doesn't do that and you start breaking those levels, then I'm telling you from now that I think it's most likely going to the golden pocket region with a potential wick to 38.5 as well. Because this is, if I pop up my 3-day chart and I go to my volume profile indicator, you can see that the volume profile is very strong around 38,500. We have a lot of traded volume happening there. So this is where you expect a bounce for Bitcoin. If you manage to lose this region, it's very, 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 very bad. I don't think we're going to lose it because we did form a higher high here on the macro. So what I think we're doing is we're just going to that golden pocket region for a retest of previous resistance and hopefully turning it as support and then bouncing to the upside. That is my personal opinion for Bitcoin. But again, please keep an eye out on these levels that I told you, 42.7 and 41.9. If BTC manages to lose this level or these levels, especially 41.9, 4-hour candle close below 41.9, you're going for the golden pocket region. And since the daily got rejected from the stochastic right here, from the stochastic RSI, then this is a general downtrend. It's not a bullish uptrend yet. This is a correction on the daily, not a correction on the 4-hour. And it's going to take time to play out, definitely. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on it for sure, because sometimes the consolidation rule plays out at the middle of nowhere. So if it's going to play out, usually there's going to be a bounce around the 50 region for the stochastic indicator. So you'll see Bitcoin bouncing around the 50, and that's most likely a very bullish sign. If this continues to the downside, this will probably drop more. And if it doesn't and it holds a certain level, then just be ready for the upside. But I will keep you guys updated when I can, definitely. So don't worry about that. So that is my micro analysis for Bitcoin. Now for the macro analysis, it's going to get very, very interesting. So I'm going to pop to the weekly. You already know that the monthly for me is bearish. I think we are in a bear market. It's the start. It's confirmed. But I want to jump into the weekly time frame because the weekly is showing us something very, very interesting. So you guys know that these two lines right here, this red line and this yellow line, are the 18 and 30 EMA on the weekly chart. I use this a lot to track bull runs and bear markets, basically. When these cross bearish, usually it's the beginning of a bear market, and when they cross bullish, it's the beginning of a bull market, with no exceptions except the COVID dump, by the way. But this is an anomaly. They did cross bullish on May the 6th, so that's the start of the bull run, and then this anomaly happened. So they barely crossed. They just zigzag kind of slightly. But yeah, this is an anomaly. It could happen, by the way, in our current position, our current situation, even though I think it's unlikely. But I have my reasons, of course. Trying to compare different indicators, it just doesn't suit our indicators right now. But again, this is probability, so we never know what's going to happen. We just try to guess as best as we can using the highest chance or the highest probability. So yeah, these EMAs are very, very important. Now I do want to point out two points in time. So 2014 bear market, you crossed bearish on the weekly 18 and 30, you dropped, you consolidated, you tried to go to the EMAs again, got rejected heavily, and then you start to close below the EMAs and continue to the downside. 2017, you crossed bearish, you dropped, you consolidated on the weekly time frame, and then you pumped again. Tried to go above the EMAs around 6%, if I'm not mistaken. So 6 to 7% above the EMAs. Failed to hold it on the weekly, on the pullback basically, and then dropped below the EMAs, and then basically you continued on the downtrend. Now, what's happening right now for Bitcoin is something very similar. You are getting rejected from the EMAs, which is very, very bad. So this could be this, it could happen if you want to base your analysis on history. But the difference between 2017 and 2022 is the indicators themselves. So for example, here, when we did cross bearish, when we had that pull up, your stochastic cross bullish on the weekly time frame, right? And then you got rejected below the 80 level. Even though, so your RSI was bullish, your stochastic was bullish, and you did a fake out on the MACD, and then you dropped. Right now, currently, your stochastic RSI is just crossing bullish above 20. So this has a lot of room to go to the upside. The only thing that I don't like, and the only thing that is still not helping me or helping us enter that proper bull trap, is that the RSI on the weekly chart is still below 50. And usually when the RSI is below 50, it indicates a lack of momentum on the weekly time frame or any time frame. So not a strong uptrend. And also your weekly MACD cross still hasn't even crossed or even faked out or anything. So that's why this is getting to a point where it's very uncertain what Bitcoin wants to do. In my personal opinion, if history is going to repeat itself, right, we're not going to be able to break above this area, right? Maybe just by 7%, so it's around $49,000, $50,000 and then drop. And that's the most likely scenario, in my opinion. In my opinion, is the most likely, because I'm just being unbiased to the indicators. This still has a lot of room to grow to go to the upside, and because this has a lot of room to go to the upside, I believe that we will potentially head towards that 50K region with a rejection and then drop. But again, I have two levels for bull traps. One is 47, one is 50. So you break 47, you go to 50, and that's. But either way, in both regions, I'm gonna rearrange my portfolio to try to, reduce the damages of the bear market and increase the purchasing power that I have in the bear market. My strategy was very simple, by the way. When we were around $33,000, I told my Discord members, buy with 30%, 25-30% of your capital, and then leave 70 to 75% for later down the road if things go bearish, basically. And if things don't go bearish, we go to the moon. We're already invested around 30% in the market, and we just use the 70% to invest in the pullbacks. That's basically it. When we get the confirmation of the bull run resuming. As of now, if you're here and you're right now there, I would at least recommend you wait for the pullback on the daily to be finalized, because this still has not finalized yet. Once this finalizes, hopefully we can hold this 41.9 region that we talked about, because if we don't hold it, we also form a double top formation, by the way. And the target of the double top formation is, let's see, conservative target of the double top is around $38,000. So like I said, within the realm of our analysis where we spoke about, going to the golden pocket with a potential wick to 38.5 and then continuation to the upside, forming a falling wedge formation. So this is in the cards for Bitcoin as well. But we have to track this day by day to see where it goes. But from a macro perspective, like I said, the weekly could head south super, super fast. We need a few more days of data to see where this goes. I need the daily to finalize its correction, and I want to see where Bitcoin is at after the daily finalization. If the daily is above, I'm going to show you. If the daily close is above, at least, let's see, how much is this, right? $39,000. If we close the daily above $39,000, or above 40 most probably, then most likely we can see 50. But if you close the daily candles, at least 2 daily candles below $39,000, then basically you're closing under resistance again, under support again, which is your EMA here, your 18 EMA on the monthly time frame. So if you do close that candle sub 39, basically you're losing your 18 EMA on the monthly time frame, and potentially you're also losing your 50 55 10 20 no your 20 EMA on the monthly time frame. So your 20 EMA right now is coming in around 37,850. So it's borderline bearish right there. A close under 37,800, that's doom basically for Bitcoin. But a close above let's say conservatively above 39, if BTC can manage to hold the daily time frame above 39,000, especially with this daily correction happening, then most likely we can see still potentially that 50K region, or at least that 47K region, in my opinion. But just be careful, because these EMAs are super, super strong. There are very strong resistance, as I showed you from previous history. You can expect this to do the like 2017 and go 7% up, so basically to around $50,000. And you can expect 2014 to happen, where basically you got rejected and you just dropped. It can happen both ways. This is probability. What I'm looking for right now, I invested here. This is good. If you're here and you don't know what to do, my advice is at least wait for the pullback to around 38,000 or 40,000. When the daily finalizes the pullback, I'll probably post another video. And then if you want to enter with 30% and use the same strategy I used, go ahead, go for it. And if you want to wait till lower levels are reached, which is not my advice at all, because this is probabilities, you never know what happens, then it's also your choice. It's up to you. I'm just here to try to give you more information so you can decide on your own where or how to invest. But yeah, guys, that is my analysis for today. Just to do a quick summary, the daily is bearish. We are in a daily correction. The 4-hour is bearish, so we are in a corrective phase right now. Level to hold on the daily for us to remain bullish is 41.9. That's the last level I can see. If we lose 41.9, then most likely we're heading to the golden pocket region of around $40,000 with a potential wick to 38.5. It can happen. And the bullish side to the micro analysis is the consolidation rule. So basically we have our indicators showing us bearishness, and over the next 4 to 5 days we hold $42,000. So that is very, very bullish, and then you can expect the upside to happen from that level that you are after 4 to 5 days, basically. And of course, in my opinion, we are going for that bull trap around $47,000. Of course, we need these EMAs. These EMAs are around $47,000. But just remember that no matter what, this is, in my opinion, a bull trap from the macro perspective, because on the macro, we are bearish still. We're not bullish. And I think we're going to probably retest the low 30s, even mid 20s right here, around that area. So yeah, I think we would go probably to around 23.5, like I said before, by May or something. But yeah, that is my analysis for today, guys. Sorry for making the video too long. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, please share, and please subscribe to the channel so I can keep posting more of these videos for you. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description below. If you want to inquire about my paid Discord group, link is also in the description below. Thank you again for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye, guys.